Okay, so here we have these demand and this supply curve, and we want to work out a couple of different equilibria in different situations. So the first one is free trade. So free trade, supply equals demand, things are less their own devices. So we can just take quantity demanded and set it equal to quantity supplied. Okay. So just solving that, taking the p's to one side, we end up with 1p, p star, is equal to 100. Straightforward. Okay. To get our quantity then, we just go back to either our supply or demand curve. So let's take our demand curve. We get quantity star is equal to 80 minus a half of our price, so minus 50, which gives us a quantity, an equilibrium quantity of 30. Okay. So that's the first part. The next thing we want then is under with a tax of 10. So we make use of this bit of intuition that the price that the demanders pay is equal to the price that the sellers receive plus the tax. That allows us to just rewrite our demand curve in terms of PD. So we just take 80 minus a half the price paid. It has to be equal to the quantity supplied, and we can write PS in terms of PD. That gives us a half, so 0.5 PS, which can be written as PD minus T. So that gives us PD minus our tax, which is 10, minus the other 20 that's in the supply curve. Rearranging, or expanding these, we get 80 minus a half P D is equal to a half PD minus 5 minus 20, so minus 25. Taking like terms to the side, we get our PDs on one side, we get PD is equal to 80 plus 25, 105. Okay, so that's the price that's being paid in the market by the consumers. We can just stick that into our demand curve to get the quantity. So quantity demanded then is equal to 80 minus a half PD, so minus a half of 105, which gives us a Q star of 27 and a half. Okay. Final piece of the question asks us to get the price the sellers pay. Well, taking this, that means that the price the sellers pay is equal to the price consumers pay. So, price the sellers receive is equal to price the demanders. Price the sellers receive is equal to price demanders pay minus the tax. So just rearranging this, which means that in this case, PS is equal to PD, which was 105, minus the tax, which was 10. So that means that PS is equal to 95. Okay. So there are the three parts that we need. Okay, so the next thing then is a price ceiling of 80. Kill off this. At a price ceiling of 80, to find out what's going to happen in this market, we have to see what is going to be willing to be bought at 80 and what's going to be willing to be supplied at 80. So the first thing is the quantity demanded at this price ceiling is equal to 80 minus a half the price being 80. So that means that at this price ceiling, our quantity demanded is 40. What's being sold or supplied? Well, at a price of 80, suppliers are willing to sell a half of the price minus 20, which should give us 20. So half of 80 is 40, minus 20 is 20. Okay, so at this price, people want 40, but firms are only willing to supply 20. Given that no one's going to be forced to produce or to sell in the market, the maximum quantity in this market, the equilibrium quantity I should say, is going to be equal to 20. Okay? So even though people want 40, only 20 is going to be supplied. Okay? And then obviously the price we already used to get these quantities was 80. Okay. So can do likewise now for the last part, which is a price floor. So at a price floor of 110, what's going to be demanded? So prices can't go any lower than 110. We find that quantity demanded is equal to 80. So just going back to our demand curve, minus a half of our price, which is 110, which means that our quantity demanded is equal to 25. Okay. What's going to be supplied at this price if prices can't go below 110? Well, surprisingly, or not so surprisingly, at a price of 110, suppliers will be prepared to sell more. They're prepared to sell 35. Now, 35 are going to be offered in the market, but only 25 are going to be wanted. So our equilibrium quantity is 25. So Q star is equal to 25. And again, we're told the price, we already used it to work out these numbers, the P star was going to be 110.